What do you at, guys? Mark back here with you again. Been a while, but been a bit busy year for me there. Moved out to St. John's last summer, went away to work last fall. Road tripping back and forth across the island, back to Corner Brook and stuff, seeing the parents and stuff like that. So anyway, come out today for a walk because it's a beautiful day here in St. John's today. It's about 9-10 degrees and sunny, and well, the weather finally started to agree with us. Starting to get a bit of spring weather. Hopefully it lasts. So I decided to come out for a walk. Went up the Signal Hill there and walked what was called the Ladies Lookout Trail. It's got that name because the trail led out to a cove where the women would go back in like the 1900s and watch for ships returning that had their loved ones onto it and stuff. And so because of that history, they named it the Ladies Lookout Trail. Anyway, the trail walks out so far and breaks off in a couple different directions. It passes through a bald eagle nesting area, although I didn't see any bald eagles today, and leads out to what's called the Burma Road Trail, which connects basically Signal Hill to what's known as Kitty Vitty Lake. There's Kitty Vitty Lake, and then there's Kitty Vitty Harbor, or what most people out here affectionately call it, the Gut. If you watched some of my earlier videos from last fall, you've seen that I was down in Kitty Vitty Gut there one day. So I'm just up from that there now on this trail. But anyway, I'm out in a cove there now called Cuckle's Cove. And it was a cove that was used in the early 19th century, like later part of the 19th century and early 20th century and stuff, by fishermen, and even all back, I suppose, in the 16th, 17th centuries too, I guess. But basically used by fishermen and soldiers and stuff as a little battery area for soldiers to prevent against an amphibious attack, because it's one of the only spots outside of the Narrows of St. John's there. There's not straight down cliffs, so you can actually come ashore here. So they set up a little battery station there, fort of soldiers there, just in case when England was in war with France, to prevent, obviously, like I said, an attack, right? Try to hold back an attack. Well, anyway, what I'm going to do there now is I'm just going to change the camera around here now and show you this beautiful cove. Just bear with me. Alright, so that's part of just the boardwalk here. It's just a little write-up area that they have there, all about Cuckle's Cove, and talking about like the transatlantic cable and stuff like this that they put down in like the early 1900s. For anybody that's done any history, a bit of a history buffs like myself, obviously you know about Marconi broadcasting the first transatlantic signal here in St. John's. Well, Cuckle's Cove was where they used to run the cables, underwater cables. But anyway, enough about the history lessons. This is the cove here. As you can see, you can obviously see how, like, the way that the shoreline juts out into the water and how low it is to the water, how you can see how, advantageous that would be for the soldiers and sailors and stuff. They could come in here, shelter, and actually land ashore. I mean, it's not a very big cove, but it does offer some protection from the winds and the waves. And obviously, like I say, if you're in a bit of a storm and you can't make it all the way in through the Narrows into St. John's, well, this offers you a chance to get to land. And if you had to, 10-15 minutes overland and you were in downtown St. John's, or what would have been downtown St. John's at the time. If you can get in the distance, I don't know how well it's going to show up. I'm just going to try to zoom in here now, guys. But off there in the distance, like I said, I don't know how well it's going to show up. That's what's known as Cape Spear. And there's a lighthouse out there. It was one of the first lighthouses that you passed on the way into St. John's. I don't think I've taken video of me being out in Cape Spear, but when the weather gets better now, I'll be spending a bit more time out around there and stuff, hopefully this summer. And hopefully with, like I say, a better camera setup. And I'll take some video of Cape Spear out there. There's also tunnels and stuff like that out there because there was a barracks and forts and stuff out there. And obviously, I don't know if you can see it off in the distance, but it looks like there's a ship off in the distance coming in there now. I can't tell because the glare on this screen has got me killed here. But it looks like there's a ship off in the distance. I'm going to zoom back out here now so you can see more of the cove and the coastline and stuff. But there's also a walking trail that goes up over the hill there, and then there's another walking trail just over on that hillside over there, which I plan to explore now later the spring and the summer. Like I say, once the weather gets better and stuff now. Yeah, that's definitely a boat coming in out there, that little speck. It's starting to get closer and bigger. But I'll be also doing a few more videos now, probably. Well, I'm going to try to get back into doing a few more. But come May month, I'm going to try to get a few more done. Because in May, late May, early June, we should have some icebergs coming down this year. We didn't have too many last year. And wasn't a whole lot in 2020, and there wasn't a whole lot last year. And well, out my way in Corner Brook, you don't usually see too many icebergs anyway. But here in St. John's, usually by May, middle of, basically between mid-May and mid-June, I believe, is their time frame for when the icebergs start passing by. So it's a good spot. And I might actually try to book a tour with what's called Iceberg, a company here called Iceberg Quest. They actually take you out and, you see the icebergs, you go, a lot of stuff you can do with them, right? They got iceberg tours, whale watching tours. If you're coming from down here and you've never been cod fishing before, during the food fishery, they do take you out and let you go cod fishing and stuff like that too. But anyway, I just thought I'd show you this video here now today. I might try to shoot some footage on the way back, I don't know. Like I said, it's kind of difficult with cell phone and stuff, and I don't want to have like a 2-hour video. But yeah, no, so like I said, this is the beautiful Cuckoos Cove here in St. John's, Newfoundland, which I'm pretty much going to be exploring for the first part. I explored a bit last year, but yeah, no, like I say, explored a bit last year, but now that I'm living out here full time and stuff now, not just going on road trips, I'll be able to hopefully take you along, shoot some video, and you can explore with me. Anyway, gotta go.